So Miss Kara here is overheating a bit, and so we are trying to take some measures to cool her off. Her body temperature has gotten up above 103. She was at 105. It's currently 101 outside, and so the first sign, and currently she's not doing it, but the first sign I noticed that she was way too hot is she was open mouth breathing and panting like a dog. When you see goats doing that, you know they are way too overheated. So what I've been doing is I actually have a half-gallon sprayer from Harbor Freight. They were super inexpensive. And I just filled that with cool tap water, not ice cold water or anything like that, just cool tap water. And you don't want to leave them soaking wet, because then you don't want them to get chilled, because that can shock their system and kill them. So what I'm doing every 20 minutes or so is I'm just coming in with cool water, and you can kind of see where I'm spraying her legs and her belly. And that way I've got a fan here, and as you saw when the video first started, I'm spraying the ground down, just trying to create a little bit cooler air for this fan to bounce off of. And the stream's pretty weak right now because, you know, it's an air pump, so you have to add air into it, so, which is fine. And then I added frozen strawberries to some water for her, and she was eating frozen strawberries earlier, and that seemed to help. So I just added them to some nice cool strawberry water so she gets some nutrients. You can also add electrolytes in, so like Nutri-Drench or Goat electrolytes, you can add those into the water as well, which I will probably make another bucket of electrolyte water for these guys. And so we're just keeping an eye on everybody. Like I said, it's currently 103 out here, and her body temperature was at 105. And when it hits 107 in goats, it is lethal. So we're doing our best just to keep all of the goats cooled off. She's closed in here because she's the worst so far. The bigger goats seem to be taking it a lot harder than the little goats. And Kara has not moved from out in front of this fan. So it wasn't there before, but the hubby and I put it up, and she seems to be doing better. Even the dogs and chickens are laying where it's cool, panting like crazy. None of these guys seem to be panting. They seem to be doing all right. They're sick of me and this stupid water. Let's just go check everybody. Everybody else seems to be doing all right. Farrah's looking for food, of course. So you will notice I played musical goats recently. We're in the biggest area, and I have the biggest goats over here now. So that's awesome. And a little bit of cloud cover is nice right now. So I moved the bigger goats over here. Just there's more room. There's more of them. They need more space. And my Nigerians are super picky. And in every single feeder I've had going on, it has been full of stems and whatnot. And the Nigerians don't eat it all. I put the big ones, so the Oberhasleys, the Toggenburgs, and Kara over here. And these girls came on in and ate all the scrap. We're keeping a close eye on our pregnant goaties. We have 3 of them, and you'll recognize a face that left recently, and she came home. Hi, Miss Cake. So Miss Cake, Coconut, and Lucy are all pregnant. They should be having babies in September-ish, but everybody else over here looks to be doing well. The boys are over at the next door property cleaning it up. Hi, Coconut. I think Coconut will be the first one to kid. Her udder says so, but her sister's getting a nice little udder on her. Miss Cake isn't dropping an udder quite yet, but Lucy sure is. Pinky, you don't have one. You girls want some cool water? Let's see. Nope. Watch them scramble. They're like, yeah, we're good. And then we have a new Oberhasli. I just picked her up a week ago. Her name's Brownie. And Brownie is the sweetest girl. Hi, Mama. Hi. What are you doing? Hi. Is that the kitty cat? So this is Miss Brownie. And y'all, do you see this? She has neck jewels, aka wattles. They're known as wattles. And y'all, she is an absolute love bug. Absolute love bug. She just loves her chin scratchies. I think she would purr if she could. So Miss Brownie is 3 years old, and boy is she a milk maker. She actually makes the most milk out of anybody here. And then I've inherited 4 new cats from next door. This one is the most lovable and wants the most attention. Brownie doesn't seem to care too much about the kitty. She seems to do okay with the kitty. What you think? Is she a nice, sweet kitty? Her name's Baby Girl. But Brownie's just a love bug. We absolutely love her. How we doing, mamas? Doing better. We'll take her temp here in a little bit and just make sure she's doing okay. Hi. And you'll notice there's a face missing. No, I haven't been on in a while. Life has just been very hard lately. But there's a familiar face that is no longer here. She is the mama to this one. She's one of my OGs. I got 4 goats when I first started, and she was one of them. And we have unfortunately lost our OG, our original mama. My tree climbing, loving Annabelle. So, I want you guys to meet, out of this last kidding, this is Miss Annie. And because we lost Miss Annabelle, we've got little Miss Annie. We are going to keep this one, and it is going to be amazing to watch her grow and see if I can get her to love me just as much as her mama did. And we're going to finish up their shelter here. They've got shade. They've knocked it all over today, but they have had shade. But we're going to hopefully get this finished up tonight after dinner, which the hubby's cooking right now. But we lost Miss Annabelle to bloat. She bloated on a Tuesday. I was able to get her back, save her, and she did great the next day. I left town that Thursday, and Thursday night she bloated again. And unfortunately, we weren't able to save her. Hi, Miss Winnie. Hi, sweet girl. So, unfortunately, with this heat, a lot of bloating's been going on. She was just the worst. So, what we've implemented since we've lost Annabelle, we've got some blocks laying around. You'll see them in the stalls. And these are actually cattle bloat blocks. And I had a dear friend of mine tell me that once she lost her favorite buck to bloat, she decided to give this a whirl. And in the 3 years it's been since she lost her favorite buck, since she's had these bloat blocks, not a single goat has bloated on her property. So we're going to give it a whirl. We've got them, and these guys have been licking the heck out of them. I'll go show you one of the other ones. It's almost gone, and it's only been 3 weeks since we lost Annabelle. So, yep, these are just cattle bloat blocks. So, it's been so cool to watch some of these girls change. This is Miss Lily. She's the one we lost her buckling to floppy kid syndrome this year. And then that's Missy, who miscarried. And they have gotten so dark since they shed it out for the summer. They need to be clipped. I need to get some of their longer hair clipped down a little bit, but they're looking really, really good. Fee, you be nice to the kitty. And as you can see, Fiona lost one of her horns. So once it's cooler and we don't have so many flies, Brownie, what are we doing? And we just surveying? And we surveying, Brownie? Hi, my love. Yeah, so we're going to wait on horns for the few that still have horns until some cooler weather where we don't have to worry so much about fly strike. She's almost as loving as Laurel was, y'all. Almost. What scared y'all? Something did. And so, let's go over here real quick. Alright, so we're over on the other side, and as you can tell, there's all the littles. The littles are over here, and you haven't seen the boys yet at all. That's because, let's see if we can see them or if they're too far away. The boys have been moved to my new property, and they're all off hiding somewhere. Oh, they're over there eating. So we have, well, let's see if we can zoom. So there's Bart. He's way over there. And Dodger and Shrek and Jack are all over here too. So this is where the boys are going to be hanging out. I was blessed. Now that everything is final, I can talk about it. I've dropped hints. And lots has gone on that I couldn't talk about. But I was blessed enough to inherit Miss Kim's place next door. Miss Kim is, still with us, but she needed to go somewhere where she could be taken care of 24/7. And so we are in the process of turning this into something she has always wanted, and that's what we're going to do. Sorry. The hubby came out to tell me dinner was almost ready. And if y'all hear me yell and tell Ms. Gracie Lou I'm going to make her into a frickin' rug, it's because her favorite thing to do is come up behind you and headbutt you. So I'm going to make her into a rug if she doesn't cut her crap. Miss Frosty's down to one horn. And here's the other bloat block I was telling you about. Now these are 50-pound bloat blocks. So there's not much left of this. They lick these things like crazy. I need to get more. I bought them out when I picked all of these up. Coconut Stella Unigoat. You've got a great beard. A great beard. I think you might have the best beard. Yeah? I don't know. Your sister's giving you a run for your money. Lucy's got a pretty good beard. The only other better beard might be Pinky. But we're keeping a close eye on everybody because the heat is doing a number on everybody. We've even added, trying to keep some algae down, we added goldfish to our troughs. Try and help keep some algae down. Oh, and we also had somebody else show up, and you guys all met this one last year. You don't remember it, but you met this one last year. So this is Winnie's full sister. This is Miss May, and she came home to me. So both of these girls are out of Mabel and Abraham. And Miss May's already had her first set of babies and had a great little udder. She had a set of twins before she came back to me. The guineas are doing well. So yeah, we are just moving and grooving, and we've got a lot of work next door to turn it into the farm I want it to be. And the farm Miss Kim wanted it to be. So stay tuned. You guys are going to help me turn that into what I want it to be. We've got a gate to put in between the two properties, so it's easier. We're going to be renting out the house. there's a lot going on. So, stay tuned. Now that things have calmed down and the legalities of life have calmed down, there's lots to do. So, stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.